Emma Harper sat in her small Brooklyn apartment, staring at a blank canvas that reflected her chaotic thoughts and uncertain future. The air was thick with the smell of oil paints, a reminder of her struggles to create something meaningful amidst the shadows of self-doubt. Since childhood, her dream was to be an artist, but recent rejections from galleries chipped away at her passion, leaving her feeling inadequate. Her mother's voice echoed in her mind, urging her to find a stable job and treat art as just a hobby. Desperate for a change, Emma took her sketchbook to Prospect Park. The crisp autumn air brought a momentary escape as she sketched on a quiet bench. Beautiful lines. A voice interrupted her concentration. An older man in a weathered coat offered a kind smile. "Thanks," Emma muttered, hoping he would leave. Instead, he sat nearby and asked what she saw in her own work. Emma hesitated. "I see mistakes. Things I could have done better." The man nodded thoughtfully. "And what do you think a stranger sees when they look at it?" She shrugged. "I don't know. Maybe they see something good, but that doesn't matter if I don't believe in it myself." The man chuckled softly. "Ah, belief is a funny thing, isn't it? Without it, even the most beautiful work can seem worthless. But with belief, well, it can move mountains." Emma raised an eyebrow. "Are you some kind of motivational speaker?" He laughed. "Hardly. Just an old man who's seen a thing or two. Let me tell you a story." The man introduced himself as Walter, a retired carpenter. He shared a story from his youth, when he was tasked with building a bridge for a small, struggling community in upstate New York. The community couldn't afford a professional construction crew, so Walter, then a young man with little experience, was their only hope. "I was terrified," Walter admitted. "Every day, I doubted myself. What if the bridge collapsed? What if I made a mistake?" But then, one of the townsfolk, a woman named Clara, told me something I have never forgotten. She said, "Walter, we don't just need a bridge. We need to believe in a future where we are connected to the rest of the world. You are not just building for today, you are building for tomorrow." He paused, his eyes distant. I realized then that the only way to succeed was to believe in myself, even when it felt impossible. That bridge is still standing today, decades later. Emma listened, intrigued, despite herself. "So, you are saying I just need to believe in myself, and everything will magically work out?" Walter shook his head. "Not magic. It takes hard work, persistence, and yes, belief. But here's the thing. Belief isn't just a feeling, it's a choice. It's about deciding every single day to show up for yourself, even when the world seems determined to knock you down." That night, Emma sat at her desk, Walter's words echoing in her mind. Belief is a choice. She picked up her brush, hesitated, and then began to paint. For the first time in months, she didn't overthink every stroke or stop to critique herself. She simply allowed the colors to flow, letting her emotions guide her hand. When she finally stepped back, hours later, she felt a flicker of something she hadn't experienced in a long time: pride. The painting wasn't perfect, but it was honest. It was hers. Over the next few weeks, Emma embraced the mantra of showing up for herself. She set small goals, like finishing a new piece each week and posting her work online. She reminded herself that rejection was not a reflection of her worth, but a step toward growth. One day, Emma received an email from a small coffee shop in Manhattan. They had seen her work on social media and wanted to display her paintings. It wasn't a gallery, but it was a start. Standing in the coffee shop on the night of the opening, strangers milled around, sipping lattes and admiring her work. She overheard snippets of conversations, people praising her use of color and her unique style. For the first time, Emma saw her art through someone else's eyes, and it changed everything. She realized that her self-doubt had been her biggest obstacle, not her talent. The coffee shop exhibition opened up more opportunities for Emma. A local magazine featured her in an article about emerging artists, and she received an invitation to participate in a group show at a small gallery. Gradually, her career began to take shape. Throughout her journey, she kept Walter's advice close to her heart. Believing in herself wasn't just about feeling confident, it was about taking action even in the face of doubt. Years later, Emma stood in her gallery, surrounded by her paintings and the vibrant crowd of an opening night. She reflected on that pivotal day in the park and wished she could thank Walter for his wise words about the bridge between self-doubt and dreams. Her journey was about more than art. It was about the power of self-belief, a daily practice of showing up, trying again, and trusting that small steps lead to great achievements. Emma realized she had built a life filled with purpose, resilience, and joy by believing in herself. Believing in yourself is essential for success, as it builds confidence, fuels motivation, and helps overcome challenges, enabling you to take action, persevere, and seize opportunities. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more self-help videos like this one.